Hey guys, okay, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be sharing my testimony. I just like to say I don't really take my testimony that hard. I know a lot of people, they normally cry when they share, but I don't really cry because I kind of don't, I only remember kind of half of it, which sounds really weird. But yeah, so yeah. Let's get started with telling this little story. I'm going to try and make this short. I don't know how long it's going to be, but there's going to be no speed ups, so yeah. Okay, so when I was around 18 months, I'm pretty sure, I literally cannot remember this because I was a very small baby, so I didn't know, I don't think I remember this. Yeah, I don't remember anything, because I was a baby. But, so, we were at a little party at my grandma's house, and I was a year old in a couple months, and my brother, he was 3, 4, something like that. And we were at my grandparents' house for a party, and my aunt and uncle and their kids, they're kids, they only had 2, just like us. And then I think my other uncle's family was there too, I'm pretty sure. And then so they put this one stuff in candles. Some candles get it made with it. It's called citronella, and it's very, very poisonous. And my grandma, every single person she meets, she tells them about my testimony, what happened to me when I was a baby. And it's so confusing because they're the wick of the candle, and I'm what does that even mean? Anyways, so everyone was inside, and then a couple of kids were outside playing. I don't know what we were doing out there. But, I was left unattended or something. No, I wasn't. I'm pretty sure the big kids were watching us out there. And I had gotten a candle, and I licked the wax, and it was really bad because then I came inside, and then my mom was just talking with family and stuff, and then she realized that I was purple and I was changing colors, and she was like, "Briley, are you okay?" And she was like, "What's going on with you?" And so then she was like, "Oh no, something bad is really happening," because she's turning purple. And then she started realizing that I couldn't breathe. So before anyone could do anything, my uncle, he just picked me up and took me to his truck, and he drove me right away while everyone else was getting in the car to drive. When they told me 80 and think, he literally just picked me up and took me to the hospital, and he took me an hour away. Did he take me an hour away? Or did I have to get life flighted? I can't remember. Anyways, so he took me, and I couldn't barely breathe. I was changing colors. It was getting really, really bad, and my mom was like, "We gotta get her there or else we're gonna lose her." And and so also I have a scar from this too. I can show you guys it after I'm done. Just hopefully I'll remind myself. I was like, "Can you guys remind me?" But you can't, so anyways, so then we were there, and they started doing all these things on me because they were like, "We're gonna lose her." Something. They ended up cutting my neck open, and then this, I'm just gonna show you it now. That's the scar. Everybody's always like, "What's that scar from?" I'm like, I got my neck cut open, and so just things got really, really bad. The doctors said that there's literally no chance that I would survive. I wasn't supposed to live. They were like, she's not gonna live, I'm sorry to tell you, but you guys better just prepare now because there's no way she's gonna live. And they were just pretty much saying, like, the chances are way too low for her to actually survive this. And I don't even know that a candle could do that, but it did. So guys, don't eat candles. Anyways, so I was like doing very bad. I was on ECMO. I don't know what that is still. Whatever that is, you guys probably know, but I was on ECMO and they cut my neck open and had to do something with that. I don't even remember what. But yeah, I got my neck cut open right here. And honestly, like, they were in there for a couple days, and not a couple days, like a week, more than a week actually. They were in there for a long time, and just everyone was super duper mad because they were like, why is God doing this to us? Somebody had asked my mom, like, how is she not angry at God because he's doing this? And she was just like, I have peace that everything's gonna be okay. And so I'm glad that she kept trusting God. There were a lot of people that downed him, but that's just because, you know, I don't know. But, you know, everyone does that in life. It's just gonna happen, and if it does, it's okay. Because at the end, you know that God's still there. And you may not wait on him, but he will wait on you. And that's the good thing about it. But, fast forward, like, my mom was just getting very sad. She was like, she didn't want to lose her daughter. My dad too. Like, people were giving me gifts in the hospital, and it was just really bad at times. And then one day I just had a miracle, and then they were like, we can't believe this happening, but she's actually gonna live. And they were like, but if she lives, she will have disabilities, she won't be able to talk, she'll have to be able to walk, like, she'll have trouble walking, like, you know, she'll be like in sped classes probably, and like, I would have all these kind of issues, and I don't have any issues at all. I don't have any allergies, I can walk perfectly fine, I have no disabilities. So that is just one great big miracle, because I'm not even supposed to be here, let alone I'm not even supposed to be here, like, functioning right. And I just think it's so cool how God works. And, like, you know, people doubted him. That's sometimes normal, but, like, you know, it's just so cool because, you know, he has a plan for my life, and I know he does. And if he didn't, then I wouldn't be here. Or he already fulfilled my plan, and then I needed to go. But I'm still here. And that's what this scar is for. These are my battle scars. I'm glad I have a scar. It's like stitches. It kind of looks like snake bite up close because there's like 2 little tiny holes. But yeah. And then, okay, so this is like the half I remember. Growing up, we had so many floods in our house. I don't know why. It was just really, really bad. Like, whenever it rained just a little bit, we'd have a flood in our basement, and we would have to throw away so many things. And one time, the basement got really, really high, and the walls actually caved in, and, like, our toilet literally fell, and it was very scary and bad, and we ended up having to build a little basement because the walls actually caved in, and our house, like, was getting torn up by that. So we built a staircase going down so we didn't have to build that wall up again. And then after that, surprise, the flood still kept coming. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say there has been so many times we'd have had to go to our grandma's house to stay there because our house was literally flooding. It's bad, but it was always just the basement. Like, they were like up to my, like, right here on me. Like, if I'm standing up, probably like right here on me. Some were lower, like to my knees maybe, but they were still good enough to like do damage. And we had about 6 I'm not even kidding. Like, it was bad. So, like, whenever rain, we'd be like, okay, guys, get everything up, because we know it's gonna happen, because we have the worst luck. And guess you guys are probably wondering, like, why didn't you guys move? Well, we couldn't move because we weren't very financially stable. Like, we tried everything. Like, we didn't try everything, but, like, later on, my dad built, like, a little ditch so the water would, like, flow evenly. And that did stop it. But before he did that, we were going to Pennsylvania to visit some people, and we stopped at an Outback to eat dinner at like 11 at night, and we got a call, and it was my aunt. She was like, she said my mom's name. She was like, Ashley, you guys need to get home. There's a flood at blank blank blank, the road I live in, and we like live in a little ditch. There's a couple houses too, and she was like, there's a flood, you guys gotta get home. Well, she didn't tell us we gotta get home, but like it was really really bad, and we were like, oh, it's just a flood, it's just gonna get in the basement, it's normal. And then she was like, no, it's like in your house now, and that's like never happened. And so like all the basement was completely underwater, which is really scary if you think about it. That's crazy that the basement was underwater. And like, we were sad, we were freaking out. We were sad because we knew that our home was going to be torn up by the time we got there. And also, we had a bunny, and it was in its cage, and he was a really great bunny, and we had him for like years, and I felt really bad because he couldn't get out of the cage when the water came, and it like tore us up for a very long time because we were like, can someone just go there and save our bunny? But it was too late by the time anyone could even get there. And it was just really sad, and I don't know why I find it sad now because it was years ago, but I still do because I really loved him, and he was just a great bunny, and I just feel so bad that he had to die. But we ended up getting some last year. But anyways, I almost started crying. Anyways, the way our neighbors were able to get out of their houses was using our canoe that was floating in the water, because we had a canoe in our backyard, and we still do have it. So that's literally how they got out of their houses. So, like, it was bad. It was really bad. And my dad's truck was underwater. Like, all you could see was the head of it. Like, pretend I'm the head of a car, like, you know, you got the long piece and you got the box piece, and all you could see was literally the top of the head of it. That's it, all you could see. It was completely covered. Like, our house was underwater, and by the time I got there, all the water was gone, and it was just really bad. And it was really, like, sad because our house was all muddy. There was mud everywhere. The basement, you couldn't even see things. Like, you just went down there and seen lumps of mud. It was things covered in mud. You couldn't see anything clearly. Gosh, those were the worst days of our life. We would come home from working on the house all muddy. Like, whenever you literally step foot in that house, you would be muddy. And I was like, it's okay, guys, I'm gonna clean it. And then I started mopping, and then I was told that that's not how they're gonna do it, and that they actually have to tear down all the walls. They have to like rebuild a whole nother house. And that made me so sad. I started crying, like, right when I walked to my room after seeing it. I started crying because I just, more than anything, I said I wasn't gonna cry, but like, I find this very emotional now because I don't have anything from our old house, and like, I know a lot of teenagers want to grow up and like forget about all the things they did as a child. some, but not all. But now I like have no childhood memories, and I lost like all of my stuff, and it was just really bad because now, just like ever since we built a new house, it hasn't been the same. Like, I just wish more than anything now that we could just go back to having our old house, because like, new house great, new stuff great, but like I really just wanted our old stuff, because all of our childhood stuff was just gone like that, and there was nothing left for us. And I walked in my room and I started crying right away. My dad tried to comfort me, but I just started crying because I was so sad, because my bed was literally not even in the same place. And it just made me really sad because I knew that our house wasn't going to be the same. And now we just lost our house and everything in it. And it was just really sad. Because I remember so many things as a kid, like playing in my room, sleeping in this one bed, like, and I know it's stupid that I'm crying. It holds a sentimental place, and now I don't have that because it was all flooded. So now I don't like have anything sentimental in my room, like, at all, except for this one thing right here. It's just a dresser thingy. But like, it's just hard when like you were a child and all your stuff was just swept away like that, because I was only like 10. And no, I was younger than 10. I was like 9, 8, something like that. And it was just really sad because everything was just gone. But it was a miracle because He kept us away from there. We may not all have made it out had we been at that house. All of our neighbors made it out though, using our canoes, but it was really sad coming back to your home being all muddy. And you know, the crazy part about it is though, before we left for vacation, I had a feeling that something was gonna happen, but I didn't know, so I'm not even kidding. I literally walked around my entire house saying goodbye to everything, and I know it's creepy, but I'm not even kidding. And it was just really weird. I was like saying goodbye to my home, and I don't even know why. I was just like, I'm just gonna say. Sorry guys, I hate when doors are open like that. I feel like someone's just staring there. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So like, I just felt like saying goodbye, and I don't even know why. I just had this feeling that I needed to say goodbye. And so I did, and I walked outside and I even said goodbye as I got in the car to leave. And I'm really glad that I did, because you know, you never know when you can lose something. And I loved my house. I loved everything in it, and it was just all swept away like that, and there was literally nothing left except for things we could salvage, which was barely anything. All of my clothes were muddy and had stains. Every single thing downstairs was covered in mud because all that stuff was underwater once, and it was just really heartbreaking to see your house go away like that, as a kid especially, because you just didn't understand it really. And I don't think I was mad at God. But after that, I prayed every single wish, every single birthday, every single shooting star, every single time. Oops, my chair. But like every single thing like that, I would pray for a little sister, and I got a little sister after the flood. That was really nice. But we had to live with our grandparents, and that was okay. But then we started living in a camper because we had to move out of there, because we just were probably like, our family was growing. My mom knew she was pregnant, and she didn't want to have the baby at her house. So we ended up moving into a camper. It was a pretty large camper, but fitting 6 people in a camper, no, it was terrible. Not to mention, we also had a litter of puppies. So come behind a newborn and newborn puppies, oof. Like, her first days of living were literally in the camper. We didn't move out of the camper until she was one I think. And we made do with it though, because we knew it was going to take a long time to rebuild the house, but we ended up getting it rebuilt. And yeah, but now, you know, life's crazy, but you just gotta learn to take it at times. There's nothing you can do. Your house gets flooded, move on, build a new one. You almost die. I don't know what to say about that. If you die, you die. At least you're going to heaven. But if you don't, I guess good for you. I don't know what to say about that. I'm sorry. But yeah, my life is very stressful now, but God loves me and I love him, and he's kept me safe all these years, and the only time I've been close to death like that was when I was very little. But you know, he saved me and he has plans for me, and I hope to one day fulfill worshiping and being a songwriter, a Christian songwriter. God has spoke to me before, and he's told me that I'm going to be a missionary, and I hope to be a missionary through songs and spreading the gospel like that. So yeah, but that's my testimony, and I'm very sorry if I took so many breaks. I just can't really remember, and it's late, but that's my testimony, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and my little testimony. Feel free to share your guys' in the comments if the comments are working. But yeah, thank you guys. Love you.